but it's okay. People say that the Pimpers beat us to MD. It's kind of not true, because in Arizona you get licensed on the spot. Okay, we lost time, right? California, you got to wait almost a month, right? So the Pimpers are watching and listening to you. Yes, we beat you anyway, right? So, but anyway, more power to them. They're a great couple. They're a great couple. They're good friends with us. We're good friends with them, but they hold the record for 70. I think it's 76 days. But in Arizona, you don't have to wait. Okay, you pass your test, you get your license on the spot. So from getting started to MD, they rightfully own that position. But again, the conditions are different in California, right? So had it been the other way around, we would have been in the same spot, right? Anyway, just want to clarify that. Being a hater, right? So okay.
It's okay.
I had to process that. Okay, guys, when I came into, and this is gonna be funny. This is gonna be like, man, you're so. How can you say? You're gonna be like, man, you're so cocky. You're so arrogant. Whatever the case may be, guys. When I came into PHP, some of you guys might remember, some of you guys might not. I had a waist this small, like Maria, right? My body to me was my biggest thing. I was literally, my waist was this small and my back was this big, right? Mm-hmm. Physical appearance to me meant a lot. Not because I was self-conscious. I just always liked being, because I'm tall and my dad's little. So I'm like, I have to make it up for him, right? Because like, I'm not chiquito and I'm, like I have to, like to me it was big, right? My dad's nickname in Mexico is Oso, Bear. I don't know where because he's this small, right? But I always felt like I had to live up to my dad's reputation, right? So to me, it's like, man, it was a physical appearance. So then, when we go on an MD run, guys, I start looking in the mirror. I'm like, okay, the six-pack is gone. And I'm like, okay, so I'm gaining weight. I'm like, oh, this sucks. The pants don't fit the same anymore. Baby, I'm fat, right? That's the transition one. But what I'm getting at is this. For 90 days, I sacrificed the most important thing to me at the time, which is physical appearance. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It was something I was willing to give up for a bigger cause. So if you're running or you're doing your MD run right now, it's just mentality, man. It's just mentality. 110% mentality. What book helped me run through my MD run? I read the book Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone. That book put me in a state of mind that is just like, I have to hit this. Because in MD, when you become a broker, you help a lot more people. And then the bonuses, oh my God, the bonuses are off the hook. But anyway, that's a different story. But it was a mentality. Because then to become an MD, you need one direct director and one direct FA and 15 licensed agents. That means the faster I get promoted, the faster my team was getting promoted. Does that make sense? So my journey was like, how fast can I get these people promoted, and how fast can I get them licensed so they can become profitable, so they can help their families. Does that make sense? So it was state of mind. And I thought to myself, what am I willing to give up? What am I willing to sacrifice to hit this goal? And I'm going to do it for 90 days straight. Breathe. It was just breathing MD. I wanted to hit it so bad because at the same time I understood if I hit this fast, the faster my team's going to hit their promotions. Does that make sense? So it was very selfless, and it was always working from the bottom up. Working from the new person up. Work from the bottom up all the time. Work from the bottom up. But everything's 110% mentality. Why do you want to hit it? See, you got to be clear about why you want to do it first, too. Why do you want to become a marketing director? What's the reason behind it? What are you going to give yourself at the end of that run? So you have to know that you're going to drink some water at the end. Your water could be a little vacation to the beach for the weekend. But for 90 days, you have no vacation. Does that make sense? You breathe MD. If you have field trainings on a Sunday and an hour away, you have to go to Burbank, then you do that. If it's just one appointment because you're that much closer to your goal. So what are you willing to give up? Mine was association, obviously body, right? And to some people that's pretty funny, but to me it meant a lot. So to you it's going to be something big. Maybe you have to have a conversation with your friends, with your family. Say, hey, listen, don't call me for the next 90 days. I'm doing this for you though. I love you, okay? I have to hit MD. I don't know what the conversation is going to go like, but I didn't see my mom, I don't think, the whole 90 days. Because I did it for her. Does that make sense? So be clear about why you're doing it. Because if you're not clear about why you're doing something, you're never going to hit the goal. Because it doesn't matter. It's not real to you. Have you guys ever driven in fog?
Yeah.
In Bakersfield, we have bad fog.
Yeah.
You're not clear, so you're going to crash. Does that make sense? You have to be clear about what you want, or you will crash. I promise you. But we'll see when you're clear about it, You can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And you're like, it's okay. I will get there because I'm clear about it. Your vision has to be crystal clear. You have to be able to see it. Because if you can't see it, if you can't smell it, if you can't touch it, then you can't do it. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to get there. Does that make sense? So understand why do I want to become a broker? It could be for identity. It could be for a higher contract level. It could be because I want to promote people. It could be because it's going to be one step closer to retiring mom or sending my kids to the best schools. What is it to you? What are you going to get out of hitting marketing director? Does that make sense? So understand that there's a reward behind it. But yours is going to be completely different than mine. Mine is just wanting to hold the record and really help my family. But I wanted to hold the record for the past because in my head, I remember when I met Patrick, when Colette says, he like boasted all these guys, like they were badasses, like I'm gonna kick all your asses. How about that? And I don't even I wasn't part of PHP at the time. I don't think I joined until like a year and a half after that. I was like, man, if I come in, I'm gonna kick all your asses. So I came in, I had to. I already talked crap. I had an identity. I had big shoes to fill, right? But to me, it's because it was certain things that I wanted to fulfill. Mine doesn't have to be the same as yours. But be clear about why you want to hit MD. Be very clear about it. And then always remember, always talk about your upline's promotion. Mm-hmm. And then naturally your downline will talk about your promotion as well. And in Bakersfield, we never talk about a state SMD. We're talking about the newest person who hit an FA. Last month, guys, we promoted 3 FAs, almost 4 FAs, and 8 associates in 1 month. Mm-hmm. 2 FAs come from one leg, and 2 associates came from that same leg. There was 4 promotions in 1 leg. And the other one came from another leg. That's 2 FAs, right? Jaime and Sammy. And then, there was 3. That's right. So they came from 2 different legs. So there was the most competitive legs. So if you guys are not competing with each other here, I don't know what you guys are doing. Right. I hope you guys are competing. Are you guys competitive?
Yeah.
Like, do you say you're competitive or are you really competitive?
No, we're competitive.
Because then your competition is not only just associate count, it's how many guests you're having. You guys know what the number is of associates, of guests coming to BOMs for you guys to hit MD? There's a numbers game behind it. It's not just hope. 15. It's 15 to 25. Mm-hmm. Every single BOM. If you're not sitting in front of somebody daily, you will not hit MD. Right. And I mean every single day you need to be sitting in front of somebody. And if you're new, you have to have somebody sitting in front of somebody every single day. On my MD run, I literally was running appointments from 8 o'clock in the morning all the way to 11, 12 o'clock at night. We wouldn't leave the office till 2:30 in the morning sometimes. One time we were there till 3 in the morning. My brother left at 6 in the morning on his SMD run. So what are you willing to sacrifice? Sleep? Food? You have to be willing to sacrifice something because without sacrifice, you won't get anywhere. Does that make sense? But then you have to, like I said, you have to be clear about it. And then on top of that, understand that when you have a broker, then there's the VIPs come in. First big event, we don't have to wait in line and push everybody out. Hell yeah. They walked us out the back door. I was like, babe, come on. They're going to escort us everywhere. This is sick. They're escorting us. It's VIP service. I'm like, that's sick. I love VIP. This is badass. You know what I mean? Hell yeah, this is great. This is great. You know what I mean? Like, do you know what I'm saying? So it's an identity. You start having the conversations because now you have the mentorship from other MDs that are doing good. See, when you're FA, director, it doesn't mean you don't have access to them, but they're not taking you serious until you become an MD. Right. So like, hey man, Sheena, I need help. Okay, no problem. What do you need help with? And then there's MDs and then there's MDs. Right, so you have the MDs that don't really compete, and then you have the MDs that do compete, right? And then then they take you a little bit more serious. So it's like you never can get comfortable because you're always having to step up, right? And then right when you think you're right there, boom, you get your butt kicked. You're like, oh crap, what happened? Does that make sense? So there's always competing to see who wants it bad. You can talk all you want. That's great. You can talk till your face turns blue. It means nothing if your numbers are not going to back it up. Does that make sense? Now, Colette told me that Carlos is super competitive. He's been here a week. We're going to see. Does that make sense? I already had 10 directs by my first week. Carlos, how many directs you got? Oh, so you're not that competitive. You see what I mean, though? And don't be scared to challenge people. I'm not scared to call you out. I mean, you guys been hearing me on the call. I don't care to call you out. Why? Because I wanted more than you do. And if you wanted more than me, then prove it. Right. But let your numbers prove it. Don't talk. Be about it. Does that make sense? So, MD, you got to be talking about it. You got to be talking about it consistently with your team. And then talk about their promotions. If you want to hit a FA, boom, I'm going to hit a FA. Right? I know that Kevin and his girlfriend just started, Emilio. How long have you been here, Emilio?
So around 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Okay, perfect. You guys should hit a FA. So it makes sense. So you guys, have you talked about it? Are you clear about what you want to hit? Or not? If not, it's okay. No. But now you understand you have to have clarity. Mm-hmm. So you have to be clear about what you want. Right? And as an upline, it's our job to make sure that we help you hit that goal. So if at any point in time, you want something, for the new people, be vocal about it. hey, whoever brought me in, whatever, Mike, whoever brought you in, this is what I want to hit. What do I got to do? See, as a new person, or even as a person that has an MD, my question always was, what's next? I never give rebuttals. What's next? Okay, then what's next? And then when I'm done with that, then what's next? And then when I'm done with that, then what's next? So your questions always have to be building questions, not verbal confrontations. Does that make sense? Because I understand that if I want to get here, I have to talk to somebody who's already here. I don't know how to get there yet. And then when I get here, then I'm able to guide somebody else. But if you're not letting yourself be coached and you're not coachable and you're not aligned, you'll never grow. You'll never grow. Me and my brother, we went through a phase, guys, where we were fighting with each other. Because he's my younger brother, and I thought I knew better. It didn't mean that I didn't know better at life, but this business is a whole different ballgame, and I didn't understand the whole concept of it. So until I humbled down, and I understood that the only way to grow is by being coachable, then everything took off. Does that make sense? And everything worked after that. Everything was good. So you got to be coachable, because not that your team stops being coachable to you and they don't listen to you anymore. So, but again, you have to be clear about what you want. Be extremely clear about what you want. Don't just say you want to hit MD. Why do you want to hit MD? Is it written all over your walls at home? Who knows about you wanting to hit MD apart from yourself? Only you? That's the problem, because nobody else talking about it. Right? You know why people hate Trump? Any idea? Because everybody talks about him. He's the best marketer in the world. I want to recruit him. Right? You can hate him all you want, but who knows how to market better than Trump? Nobody. Right? Whether you're talking good or talking bad, you're talking about him.
Right.
But he's being talked about at all times. Nobody talks about Hillary because nobody cares.
Right.
Right? Nobody cares. You guys know why people hate Trump? Because he's always number one. If you don't have people hating on you, there's a problem. If you have 10 haters, you better figure out how to have 20 by tomorrow. Make sense? Because if not, you're not doing anything. It's that simple. I know that when you walk into conventions, you see peace people are not haters, but I know that there's some people that are jealous, and I love that. And if there's one of them, I need to make sure there's two by the next convention. Right? You always got to make sure that you're intimidating people in a good way, not in a bad way. You can't talk to me, but intimidating to a way like, hey, you want to talk to me? You better level up first. Right? Because I had a guy that met at a big event, last big event in Palm Springs. Hey, bro, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. I was like, cool. And I just shook his hand. Cool. I'll see you next big event. He was in the same position he was before. I'm not gonna talk to you, bro, because you're not serious. So as an MD, you want me to take serious? You want my time? Cool. Then earn my time, and then I'll guide you. But you have to be serious about it yourself first. Does that make sense? That's an. You see the identity. You see what I'm talking about now? The identity.
Yeah.
That's what you want, because then you're gonna attract more people that are competitive with you. So when you ask questions to other people that are competitive, they're gonna build you to be more competitive. Because okay, you're serious. But if you're not serious, then nobody's talking to you.
Right.
You want a big event, nobody knows your name. There's a problem. Does that make sense? What identity do you want? You guys want to be the minorities? You want to be the majority? Which one do you guys want? I want to be the minority. Because the minority in this business is really good. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You want to be the majority? You want to be the minority? What do you guys want? Minority. I want to be the minority. See, for the first time in my life, I actually want to be a minority, right? So minorities wasn't so good, but now it's very, very good. Does that make sense? Just real quick, do you guys have any questions? We got a couple minutes. Any questions you guys may have? No? Yes, Rachel?
I'm not even,
Right
but
there?
I'm just here to learn
Okay.
right now. What other suggestions do you have, like, for example, the younger generations that are joining the team? Books they can read? Do you have something online? How can they get familiar with products you're presenting? What do you have?
The three things I'm going to suggest especially for young people is, it's not so much suggestions. What's going to help you is the meetings you attend, the people you surround yourself with, and the books that you read. So in this case, the book I suggest for everybody is Be Obsessed or Be Average. I don't care what age you are. If you can listen to it, even better, because Grant Cardone is very emotional. So when he talks, like, you can feel him talk through the speaker. Does that make sense? But the best suggestion is be careful who you're around. Be careful, because they could be like weeds in a garden. If they're not pulled fast enough, they're gonna dominate the whole garden. Definitely, for sure. So it's very important to stay focused too, because if not, it's easy to get a girl. I was talking to Carlos right now, and I like his mentality. Now we're gonna see if it's true or not. He's like, man, I don't care about like girls. I don't care about friends. Like, I just want to do this and I want to do that. That's focus. Now, if he's gonna come through is one thing, but having the mentality of understanding that you're gonna be able. See, you have to identify the problem before you can fix it. So you say, I'm young, and you have to know I'm young, and not think that you're more mature than you really are, because you're really not. Does that make sense? Identifying that. Say, hey, I'm not that mature. I have to understand that I'm easily influenced. So what do I got to do? I got to stay away from that and be over here, consumed by this. So that's my suggestion for the youth. No,
As entrepreneurs
Mhm.
doing PHP full time, what is your daily schedule look like? I mean, I get to see on social media, but as a couple, being in business together?
Well, in the morning, we get there, we check business right away. We call a team right away every single day. And then we sit down with our BSC and have a conversation with them about as far as where we are, where our guys are in their promotions as well. And then the afternoon is usually appointments. But the morning is always checking business, calling the team first of all, calling your entire team, even the newest person. Okay, even if you have the newest person, and Kevin, that means calling your girlfriend every day, even if you live with her, right? How you doing? How you doing? What are you doing with the promotion, right? So where are you with the promotion? Who cares that you guys live together? So always talking to the newest person, letting them know that you care, because we do care, right? And then asking them where they are with as far as their license is concerned. And then, you know, like I said, checking business, talking to the carriers, but that's done like at 8 in the morning early, because they're on the East Coast time. So you gotta make sure you get that done. You can't show up to the office at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the afternoon, especially if you're on MD run. There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell. You do that, you're losing so much momentum.
So I'll add a little bit to that because we are in business together. And when you're running, you have no balance. There's no balance. You're just running.
Right.
And so we have been eating out a lot because of the same thing. We're running, and when we're not running for our promotion, we're running for someone else's promotion. So when you're, going on the run to becoming a marketing director, and you're in business together, whether it's with your significant other, your loved one, or your husband, there's absolutely no balance. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna paint a pretty picture for you, because you both have to be in it together. Not just one person has to take the load. You can't just lean on him to take care of everything or her to take care of everything. You guys both have to be on the same path and be hungry together. Just now, I think we're starting a little bit to have somewhat of a balance, just barely now. However, I've gotten so used to just being in the office, every single day, that
being outside the office is weird.
now that
Yeah.
now that I'm not, I feel guilty. Even if I just have to do the grocery shopping, or I finally get to stay home for a couple of hours and make a meal, I will feel guilty because I'm not with the team. So it's at the beginning there's no balance because you're running. You guys are running for that goal. Little by little, you'll start to kind of balance yourself and find that time. Now he's able to say, you know what, babe, if you have to go grocery shopping, go cook, go do that. I'll take care of the team. And then we run appointments later in the evening. So until you hit marketing director and until you promote your team, then you'll find that balance.
Bring a bed to the office.
Yeah.
Basically. But yeah, you don't have any balance, and you're just constantly, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, it's just sitting in front of somebody all day, every day.
Yeah.
Every day. Like, you do not let the day go by that you're not doing 3 or 4 RIs.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's a little bit. And sitting in front of 3 or 4 clients every single day. Your super base, following up is going to help you, it's helping us a lot. Follow-ups are helping us a lot. But yeah, just constantly sitting in front of somebody. Like, anybody in this office, guys, you cannot go one day without talking to somebody. Like, it just can't happen. Does that make sense? And then compete with other people as well. Like, Kevin or Emilio that you guys are doing, always competing. Who's going to bring the most guests, right? Because the most guests are people who care the most. Does that make sense? Because now I want to see who's more serious about giving people an opportunity. I'm going to know about how many guests you're bringing with you. If you're not going to give them an opportunity, then that's kind of selfish on your part as well. But then you have to have a competition between each other. Are you guys on the same team? Okay.
Yeah,
they are.
Cool. So Kevin, you've been here a week. Emilio too in 1 week. FA.
Kevin already has a direct.
Okay. But this is an FA leg. You guys compete against each other. Does that make sense? And call each other out like every day, every day. Well, see who's serious. You see what I'm saying, guys? Did you guys know that the BHPU, the FAs are going to get recognized? Have you ever been recognized at your job for doing your job? You're going to walk across stage over there if you guys do this and you take this serious. Who's going to walk it? Statistically, only one of you guys are going to do it. Statistically, I'm just saying. Kevin already raised his hand. I don't know about you, Carlos. You already raised his hand. You feel me? So there's just an incentive there. If you don't want to walk across stage, cool. Don't do it. But I'm letting you know, only one of you guys is going to do it. Statistically, that's what the way it's going to be. Does it make sense? So we're going to see. And trust me, I keep my eye on leaders bulletin. New people, I want to know what they're doing. I want to see how serious they are. Because I want to, you know why? Because they're upcoming competition. And I'm going to have to kick their ass. So, you know exactly. I'm going to have to put you in your place. So, You know what I mean? So that's just the way I look at it. I just coming in, right? That just Nick. We had a conversation at PHP, a big event, and he came through. See, that means something to me. When you come through, that means something to me. Now that means like I can take you serious. So when you ask a suggestion how to level up, I'm gonna answer your question as opposed to, hey bro, go do this first before you come talk to me. Does that make sense? I want to take you serious. The only way you're gonna be taken serious is you guys hit FA this month. And there's what, 13 days, 14 days? There's enough, more than enough time. That's 10, 10, 10. It's easy. That's 10 people you guys are gonna give an opportunity to, and 10 families you're gonna protect. Look at it that way. Does that make sense? And that's gonna help you to your promotion. Any other questions? Anybody else? Yes. Tom.
When you left your previous career and
Uh-huh.
did this full time,
Mhm.
and it was completely new, everything starting from ground zero, from the bottom up, what did you do the first month and the first 2 months to be where you got to be 3 months?
I was at my brother's side 24/7, bro. 24/7. Because I understood that was my anchor. Like I had to be around somebody that knew everything, not knew everything about it, but knew how to get where I needed to get fast. It was just a lot of urgency. So my time was spent like this with Alejandro, like all day, every day. What's next, bro? Set me up 3-4 hours. All right, let's go. No questions asked. Okay, let's go. What I need to do now? This is what you need to do. Okay, let's do that. Like I was attached to the hip. When you're running, you're next to your MD. Like if you literally need to live with your MD when you're running for me. Me and my brother were like this. Because he was on his SMD run and I was on my MD run. So we were like best friends. We didn't talk to anybody else. Like it was just boom, let's go. We're united. 100% online the whole time. That's what we did. I just got consumed because like I said, I understood. I couldn't talk to the ducks. Right? Because there's ducks in your office. Whether we like it or not, there's ducks. So I can't talk to the ducks because I ain't trying to quack. You know what I mean? I'm trying
Can
to.
you explain what the meaning of
If
a
you don't do
duck?
nothing, that's a duck.
So, okay, so in our office we have what we have ducks and we have eagles. So, you know, when you go to like the park and there's like a lake and there's ducks, the ducks wait for you to feed them, for you to throw crumbs at them, you know, bread or crackers, whatever it is. They only survive if you throw food at them. So an eagle will go hunt for their food. So in our office, we have eagles that are always on the grind, always hunting, and then we have ducks. They're just kind of waiting around and or just kind of orbiting across the office, you know, drifter. So that's what ducks and eagles are.
Yeah.
So that's
I
what
just
he
kicked it
says
with the
about-
Eagles, bro.
Yeah, you don't have
I
to
just
put
kicked
the
it with the
number.
Eagles. If I wasn't in my brother's office, I was in the doctor's office. But I was always around MDs. I needed the MD mentality in my head. Because it wasn't so much about hitting MDs, like, how do I get here fast? Well, I had to talk to the people that have already done it.
Yeah.
So I guess mine was a little bit more urgency, simply because I did leave a high-paying career. I needed to replace my income fast. By the way, guys, my first month with PHP license, I made $10,000 consecutively and never made any less than $10,000 every single month since we started this business. We're gonna be the fastest to our ring. I take pride in that because when you help a lot of families, you're making a lot of money. Does that make sense? From license from license to ring, we're gonna be the fastest. And I don't know if it's like it's probably not gonna be like company history, but in PHP history, we're gonna hold that title because I just needed to do. It was urgency. I needed to replace this income like pronto, ahorita, today. I couldn't wait. Does that make sense? So in my head, it was just that more urgency. So it could be urgency for whatever, just because you want to hit MD, but that was it, bro. It was just like boom, right here, all day, every day. What's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? No ever question anything. I don't know if that answers your question.
It does.
Yeah, that's it. I'll just attach to the hip. Yes.
How many people did you prospect a day when you were on your?
Everybody and anybody and their mom and their grandma. Their grandma was dead. I would revive her. Everybody, bro. No. There's not a number.
You're good.
Yeah. Look, I'll put it this way: if your phone has not reached full capacity on contacts, which is impossible, then there's a problem. I don't know if that answers your question.